What's up guys, Wyatt here from Ascend, and I wanted to talk a little bit about third-person mode that recently came out on the Grand Soiree event just a few days ago. Unfortunately, it was only a 2-day event just like all the other ones that were coming out in the Grand Soiree, so it's already gone, but I wanted to go back over this event and talk a little bit about why Respawn should consider keeping this mode in the game, because, let's face it, Apex only really has two game modes. You get competitive and you get casual, and that's really just about it. And with skill-based matchmaking in casual right now, it really feels like competitive all the way around. Putting a game mode like this in there is really helpful to alleviate some of that stress and like have a nice little cooldown mode for you to play rather than always just having to feel like you're going balls to the wall every single match. And there's also some really good things that come from third-person mode that I wanted to talk about. And I wanted to start with the number one reason why they should consider keeping this in the game, which was Octane sprinting. Another major reason I really liked third-person mode was the variety in the gunfights. The way you used cover in third-person mode was completely different, and it was so fun to blast some guy coming around a corner who unexpectedly just waltzed right into the front of your gun barrel. Like, they had no idea that you were there. It was so fun, and you could really use cover in a different way than first-person mode, and it really felt like I was going back to the beginning of playing Apex all over again. It felt like I was starting fresh. I was using the same characters with the same guns on the same map, but it felt different because I could fight in a different way than the way I've been fighting since I first started this game in, the first week of launch. And I think that's the key here when I'm talking about third-person mode. I'm saying all the things I like about it, but the main theme that I keep coming back to is just variety. When you've been playing this game for so long and you've compiled so many games played, after a while it starts to get stagnant. And usually games start to implement different things here and there, whereas with Apex they give us maybe a 1-week event, a 2-week event, and then it goes away and we're right back to either playing casual or competitive, casual or competitive. And with this game mode, it made me feel like I was starting Apex all over again from day one. It made me feel like it was fresh, brand new. I was having so much fun trying out different weapons, trying out different sights, doing all the things that I haven't done in months and months just because I've been playing this game the exact same way for so long. Not to mention the way Octane looks when he's sprinting. Another positive I pulled from third person was the fact that I was using characters I wouldn't normally use maybe, and I was also using weapons that I wouldn't normally use just because it was a different game type. There was different things that you could do with each character, different things that made them better in this mode, as well as the guns. I was using a lot of RE45s. I never used the RE45, never. And I had one pretty much every game, and then I never really used the Prowler, but in this game mode the Prowler was pretty good. It was a really solid gun. So I was using different guns. I was switching over. I was playing Octane a lot just to watch him sprint, but also because he was just really good in this mode. I used Wraith a ton. I was using a lot of characters that, I wouldn't normally use, and I think when you go into the future here in Apex, if you look further ahead when they have a lot more characters in the game, this could potentially be a mode where maybe it's a cool-off mode, but maybe it's also a mode that you can use different characters, and maybe different characters are better, maybe not in competitive when you're trying to rank up, but maybe in this mode, you can use somebody that you wouldn't normally use. Now, speaking of characters, there were some bugs that were still in the game mode. Obviously, it was a first-time game mode. There was going to be some problems with it. One of the major issues that I heard people talking about was Gibraltar being too big and you really couldn't see over his shoulder, same with Caustic. So there were some bugs. Another bug that I can remember off the top of my head was the zip lines just kind of looked janky. You could see the hand over the top. Not a big deal, like it didn't really affect the game in any way, but it was a bug. It's still a bug, so I'll bring it up. So there was still some problems. I also saw a lot of people in the Apex community not happy, thinking that they were trying to copy Fortnite. Let me just throw something out there. There's been a lot of third-person video games. It doesn't just all come down on Fortnite. And I understand this is also a battle royale just like Fortnite, but there's a lot of third-person games, and honestly, I had a lot more fun playing this than I've ever had fun playing Fortnite. This was way more fun to me than that ever was. So, cool, chill out, I guess, is what I want to say. Chill out. It's a fun game mode. If you actually didn't enjoy it because you just didn't have fun playing the mode, that's one thing. But if you hated it because you thought they were trying to copy Fortnite, chill. Just chill. You don't got to nitpick everything. I understand the community's kind of upset right now with a lot of the bugs that went on during this event, also the skill-based matchmaking and a lot of other stuff, but chill out. Like, this was a fun mode. So yeah, there was some bugs. They can definitely fix some things, but for the future, I think this would be a perfect fit to continue to be in Apex Legends. So to round this one up, I think third person mode would be a perfect fit for a nice, fun little mode to have in Apex Legends. You look at all these other different video games out there, you see Call of Duty, Fortnite, they have all these different modes. You got zombies, Spec Ops, I don't know what Fortnite does, but they've got some crazy shit that they do. There's all these different modes that games put in just to have their player base kind of relax, chill out, have a fun time, not be so serious all the time, and I think that's what Apex needs. And this was a perfect addition to the game. If they could keep this in long term, or maybe add some other things in there that could be really fun in the future, I would be so down for that, because I just want to grind this game all the time, but sometimes it just gets so tiring just being serious, you know? Like, sometimes you just want to relax, have fun with your friends, and I think this was a really good mode to do it in. Coming up here in the soiree event that hasn't started yet is this dummy event, and I have no idea what's going to happen in this one. Kind of excited. This might also be another one of those fun little modes, but we'll see what comes up here within the next coming days. But thank you guys for dropping by. If you like what you saw, leave a like down below. I'm Wyatt from Ascend, and I will catch you guys next time.